Hi, it's Sam from Reimagine by Sam. In this video, I'm going to share with you a step-by-step guide on painting laminate cupboards. Thanks so much for watching and be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Once the first coat of primer is fully dry, you can go ahead and paint your second coat of primer. Once your second coat of primer is fully dry, you can go ahead and paint your first coat of chalk paint. I'm using Lignocolor chalk paint in the colour Moon Grey with our flat 25mm brush. While the chalk paint is drying, I started cutting my trim for the doors. Here I'm using a miter box to set a 45-degree angle for the edge of the trim. If you don't have a miter box, you could just cut your trim straight. Then I use a drop saw to neatly cut my 45-degree angle. If you don't have a drop saw, you could just use an ordinary saw. Repeat this process of measuring and cutting the angle for all four sides of your trim, and then we're ready to move on to gluing your trim down. Now we have all 4 sides measured and cut. I'm going to use a wood PVA to glue each piece to the side of my cabinet. Apply glue to each piece of trim and then put it in place, and I'm going to set it to dry using some clamps. If you don't have clamps, you could also use masking tape to tape it down while it's drying. Once you have all 4 pieces in place and clamped down, be sure to wipe off any excess glue to make sure that you have that off before it dries. Once the glue on your trim has fully dried and they're firmly in place, use some wood filler to fill in the edges of the trim so we get a nice smooth finish. Let the wood filler dry, and then using a sanding block and a fine grit sandpaper, lightly sand off the excess wood filler and give your wood trim a light sand prior to painting. Remove any sanding dust and dirt that might be on your piece, and we're ready to paint. Now I'm ready to paint my second and final coat of chalk paint. Again, I'm using the Lignocolor chalk paint in Moon Grey with our flat brush. If you're using a different colour paint, you might need more than a second coat. The Lignocolor paint will cover this timber trim in one coat. Let your paint dry, and then we're ready to apply our top coat. Once your chalk paint is fully dry, we're now ready to paint our top coat. If you need to, you can give your chalk paint a light sand in between this last process. My chalk paint didn't need a sand, so I've gone ahead and applied my top coat straight over the top. I'm using Lignocolor Shabby Lacquer in matte with our flat 60mm brush. I didn't record the last step of the process here, but once your lacquer is fully dry, go ahead and apply a second and final coat of lacquer, and then your door is finished and ready to apply your new handles. Once the lacquer is fully dry, I attached my new handles and I've hung my new doors in my laundry. This is the finished product. Hope you like this video and find it helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel to see more videos.